We've got some issues coming a little later in the week. Today was a good day. Today was a tremendous day. Uh, so I came on. I'm coming on for just a few moments so that I can share a couple of things with you. And once I have done that, then I'm done for the rest of the evening. I just want to make sure that I get my pages set up appropriately, as I know that we should be live right about now. And I just want to make sure that I have all of this together, because I have something I'm going to share with you real quick. I'm trying not to keep you forever, not trying to hold a lot of your time in the evening, but just wanted to kind of share a little something with you and allow that to be a part of your evening. And so we are again grateful to God for the privilege of being able to come into your homes, to come into your life, and to share with you what the Lord has given us. And we're grateful to God for that. As you always know, I have to wait a little bit for my page. I don't know why mine's is so slow and all the others come up quite rapidly, but I'm still grateful. There we go. So now I have that, and we are all set and ready to roll. Ayana, how are you this evening? Cora, I see you. I see you coming on board. Angie, good to see you. Just make sure you share. Very good, Michelle. Good to have you with us this evening. Good to have those that are coming on board with us, especially on YouTube and on the website. I'm grateful to God for those of you that are coming on here. Hey, Debbie, how are you? And to share with us for just a few moments. Can wait a couple of minutes to allow my notifications to go out so that people will know that we are on. Maria, how are you this evening? And we'll go from there. I think it's an important thing for us to recognize and to understand. Sharon, good to see you this evening. Good to have those of you with us. So if you don't mind sharing, that way we can get people on here and share with them what the Lord is placed in our spirit. It's something, the one thing that I sometimes do, and I probably overdo it, is information, gathering information, looking up information, trying to decipher information. Carol, how are you this evening? Good to see you. And in the midst of this, it sometimes takes me into kilter and overkill and all the rest of that stuff. Lady Bowling, how are you? Eva, good to have you with us this evening. Gladys, good to see you this evening. And it can also, the more information that you ingest, it can create some level of paranoia. Marcus, how are you, sir? Okay. You got the vaccine today. Bless you. I'll be watching. You let me know what your reactions are to it, if any, because and which one did you take? I want to get an idea about that as well. Gina, good to see you. Jaleesa, good to have you with us. Ethel, good to see you. Minister Philly, good to have you with us this evening. So, Marcus, if you don't mind, if you can, share that. That would be nice. Lisa, good to have you on this afternoon. Going to wait just a couple of more minutes to allow a few more people to get on, and if you don't mind, just share. Hey, Sean, good to see you, man. Good to see you. Good. The Lord, you went through that drought, that period, but God has blessed you in overflow. Okay, Cecile, good to see you. Patricia, good to see you this evening. And yeah, Yeah. Marcus needs to take care of himself. Pastor Lane, how are you, sir? Didn't forget about you. Sabrina, good to have you with us on this evening. Pastor Lane, I'll give you a call tomorrow, and I'll get that information from you. I appreciate you just even thinking about us and the ministry that the Lord has blessed us to be able to provide to the people of God. So I appreciate what you do, and thank you again so much. Make sure you share one with the other. I'm only going to be on here, hopefully, maybe 10 to 15 minutes, and then I'll be gone. But I needed to get some information out. I needed to share something with you, and it's good. I'm going to wait another minute, and then I'm going to go ahead and get rolling. Okay. And the thing is, hey Denise, how are you? Here's the thing with which one did she take? Do you know which one she took, Cecile? Laverne, how are you this evening? Okay. I guess I need to be pretty transparent right now in the conversation that I had with a medical expert. Um, he just basically kind of laid it out like this. You don't have to take the vaccine. You can take the risk of getting the virus. Okay, Pfizer. All right. Okay, cool. That's the one that if I have a choice, and I know I don't, Pfizer would be the one that I would take. And the reason that I would take Pfizer is because it is the one that requires ridiculous levels of refrigeration. But I believe that it that's all I'm gonna say. That's all. And then the other one, Moderna, I think it's just as good. I believe those two, but anything that comes after those two, that's all I'm gonna say. Um, in the midst of reading and some television, what I would prefer to read. Hey Gail, how are you from Florida? Did y'all warm up any over out there? Because y'all been about as cold as we are. And Lisa, good to see you. Valerie, good to see you this evening. And so he said to me, Angela, yeah, I know. Um, Denise, good to see you. Angie, good to see you. Listen, he said you can not take it and take the risk of catching it without any help of fighting it. You could live, and it takes you through a myriad of experiences, and the ultimate one is death. And the funny thing about it is it does not discriminate. It doesn't care. It makes it no difference who you are or your pedigree or how much money you have. The issue is the virus. Okay, Pfizer, thank you. Yeah, but Marcus, from what they've told society is that they can't choose which one. So I'm gonna dig a little bit deeper into that to see what I can come up with. But that's the one. If there's one I'm going to take, it would be Pfizer. That's the one that I would take. That's the one that the medical people are getting. The first responders are getting. Those are the frontline people are getting Pfizer. Okay, Barbara, how are you? And so with all of our baggage, with all of the misgivings of the federal government, with using us as guinea pigs and the experiments that have taken place on us as a people. And then the new strain has showed up. I don't believe it just showed up. I believe it's been here just about as long as it has been any place else. And from what I've gathered, they've known this new strain existence since late August, early September, and here it is December, and they're just now talking about it. all of these things, all of these misnomers, and including the person who is sitting in the White House who honestly could care less whether we live or die. The only thing that they are consumed with now is overturning a legitimate election. Good evening, Carolyn. And so, with no federal process in place, with no guidelines to the states, which means the states are basically to themselves. Right now, with 11 million, is it 11 million vaccines that are available, only or is it billion? It may be 11 billion. And only 2 billion have been shot in the arms of people because there's no process. Everyone, and the Bible is clear about that. When there's no strict order or directions, people do what is pleasing to them or what is feasible in their own sight. And so I'll give out a little more information because I know there's a bunch of you who are waiting on me to tell you what to do or follow my instructions, and I've been overwhelmingly cautious in making sure that I don't give you any misnomers or any misinformation. With that being said, we are coming down toward the end of 2020. We're getting ready to go into 2021, and we're going in to a new million. Okay, thank you, million. We're going into a new year with old stuff. We're going into a new year, Stephanie, with old issues. And when I talk about this, I'm not necessarily talking about attitudes or anything like that. I'm talking about there's this weight. There's this weight, and it's WEIGHT. There's this weight of how, Christine, how are you? There's this weight of how do we manage this? How do we walk through this minefield? How do we go through these issues? How do we do this? Patricia, how do we do this? And so I found something, Denise. I found something in the Word of the Lord in Psalm Ethel 46. The 46th number of the Psalm says something. God is our refuge and strength. Now, I looked at that, and I'm only going to take a couple of minutes to deal with that. If he's my refuge, why do I need strength? If he's my refuge, why do I need fortitude? Why do I need all of that? Well, I need it because, Hazel, you can't stay in hiding. He is our collectively, and that's an important point that we need to recognize, and we need to understand who is our. And that's important for us to see. It's the redeemed. Those who have said yes to the Lord Jesus Christ. He is our refuge, which means what? When I'm overwhelmed, when I don't know what to do, when I can't handle anymore, I got someplace I can go. I preached a eulogy yesterday, and I talked about from a house to a home. And the thing that, hey, Carletta, okay, hold on, let me see. At this time it's recommended. Okay, that's what I needed to know. Carletta, yeah. You just confirmed what I needed. Yeah, anybody with any allergic reactions, you should not touch this at all. Like what Carletta said, it's important. Do not do so. Good evening, Carletta. And so, here's what we've got to do. We've got to know some things. We got to know that he's our refuge and strength. This time in history is exhausting. Can I talk to you for just a couple of minutes? It's absolutely exhausting. And the one thing that's going through my mind is how the prison system that warehouses people who are not able to get out and exercise, who are not able to do anything, who are not able to have the freedom that we even have right now, and are warehoused in cells. I see very clearly why that kind of process does not produce rehabilitation. Now, for those heinous criminals who blatantly murder and kill and all of that, yeah, there needs to be a place for them. But Christine, when you think about what we're going through, when you think about how difficult it is right now, when you think about the trials and the issues that we're going through, they are weighing heavily on us mentally, as well as our children, as well as our grandchildren. You got to remember, children don't understand. Children don't under any allergies whatsoever. You should not take that shot. Okay? I don't know of any allergic reactions except for a couple, and they were basically minor. Hey, Chris, how are you? They were minor. The thing that also is weighing in the midst of this, and I'm going to go back to Psalm 46, is ethnicity. Because there's a pretty good, Barbara, there's a pretty good possibility that the reaction to Caucasians is different than African Americans. Just like blood pressures are different, just like other things that certain ethnicities get and others don't. There's just so much to it, and this is what my doctor said. Oh, I just told you he's my doctor. I wasn't supposed to do that. He said, we will know in 5 years. He said, but the choice of not taking it is more detrimental than taking it. But I still want the Pfizer vaccine. Okay, so all of this is crazy. I think about people like Chris, who works for Amazon, and he's got to go back and forth, in and out his truck. He's got to go up the doors. He got to do whatever he has to do. All of those things are issues. Think about, the paranoia that is created because, you go into the stores and y'all know folk ain't doing what they're supposed to do. They're not social distancing. Some of them are still coming through stores with no masks on. People are coughing all over people, all kind of old crazy stuff. And we got to live with this. We got to live with this. He says, but here's what you got to know. If you don't know anything else, here's what you got to know. God is our, collectively, refuge and strength. He is ours. And don't ever allow the systems and the issues of life and the moments that we're going through right now take that away from you. Don't ever allow all of the other things that could possibly happen to take that away from you. Okay? He's our refuge and he's our strength. He's a very present help in trouble. And I've said this over and over again, but for whatever reason today, it just seemed to echo in my spirit more than anything else. He is present in trouble. Okay? Because y'all got to get this, because when you're going through something, when you're experiencing trouble, when you're going through trauma, those are the moments when the enemy tries to convince you that the Lord is not with you, that the Lord is not there, that his provisions are no longer available to you. And what he is saying is, I don't quit being who I am just because you're going through something. I don't quit being who I am because you're going through issues and trauma and trouble. He says, I'm in the trouble before you get to the trouble. He's a present help, which means what? He ain't got to catch up to you. He's already there. And that's all I wanted to let you know. God is still with us. Don't you fool yourself for 1 second. Don't you ever second guess yourself. God is with us, Tom. He's with us. And you can't get that from me. That's something you've got to know for yourself. You've got to know for yourself that God is with you. And so, quit filling yourself full of other news because it's all bad. All the other crazy stuff going on. We're not worried about all of the foolishness that 45 is trying to do. He's been foolish since he came in office. Ain't nothing going to change now. In the midst of medical research, in the midst of medical science, the breakthroughs are coming. How long will it be before we get back to normal? About another year. About another year. And the reason for that is because of the skepticism of government intervention and the needle that we really don't want in our arm. So here's what we better recognize. He's your help in trouble. Yes, Denise. He's present in your situations. He's present in your trials. He's present in your trouble. He's present in your anxiety. He's present in those moments when you just don't know what to do. So calm down. Relax. Yes, these are draining times. But here's what many of us who are on this chat better recognize. If you don't recognize anything else, we are nowhere near as bad off as some people are. Did y'all hear what I said? Good to see you, Elder Gordon. We, Thea, are nowhere close, Debbie, to the conditions that other people are in. If we get in lines to get food boxes, it's because that's what we want to do. Some people are getting in those lines because they have to stretch that further than any of us can ever imagine. Did y'all catch what I said? Thank you, Marcus. I'm so glad you said that. Now, Marcus is in the medical field. Marcus said the important thing is that this vaccine is not our God. Don't forget who has the power to heal. Marcus, you getting ready to make me preach, man. That's right. That's right. Never allow medical research to take the place of who you are in God. Yes, we trust them. Yes, we believe them. Yes, we do. But we got to recognize that. And so, with that being said, we want you to know that. We want you to recognize that. We want you to live with it. We want you to learn how to live with it. It's going to be here for a little while. It's going to be even longer than we think before it gets to us. But the point is, and I'm talking about the vaccine, I'm not talking about the virus. And so we have to learn how to live, and we need to know who our God is. So listen, y'all have a great evening. Please enjoy your evening. Rest. Get you some hot tea or some good old-fashioned water. Yeah, because starting the 5th of January, we will begin our Daniel fast for 40 days as we seek the Lord. We will be getting together those recipes from many people who will show us how to prepare different kind of meals during this time as we seek God's face. Well, the Church Growth Conference, and the reason you don't hear me say a whole lot about it is because I'm trying to get the church registered first because we have limited participation. It will only be those members of the church because I have limited capacity. And so I'm trying to make sure that I get union registered first. Once I get union registered, then I'll open it up, first come, first serve, for those who want to participate. Elder Gordon, God bless you. Happy birthday to you tomorrow. Thank you so much for your birthday wishes. Hold on, wait a minute. I got one more thing. The physicians at the end of the Madonna study was she's an African American woman. Also, they held up their studies until they had 30% African American participants. I will be taking the vaccine with God on my side. So you're going to take the Moderna and not the Pfizer. Am I understanding that correct? And so if you are, you need to let us know how that goes. And then, because again, I'm trusting Pfizer one, Moderna second, but we're going to do what we need to do to get through this. And I don't care who you are, sooner or later, drink alkaline water. Diseases cannot survive in an alkaline environment. So that's why I like having medical people on here. Because what this basically does is it helps me to make sure that I process what I read correctly. Sylvia Scott, how are you? So, we got to do what we got to do. The fast is coming up. If there are any of you who have underlying conditions, whatever the case may be, make sure you check with your doctor first before you start participating in the fast. It is for 40 days. It is a sacrifice, and it's an amazing thing because it's during a time when we're not doing much. I'm going to tell y'all what I'm doing. I'm enjoying these past couple of days. Lady Harrison and I just had a fabulous meal. We're doing what we need to do because starting next week is over. It's time to seek God's face. And that's exactly what we're going to do. Okay? All right, Carletta, thank you. Listen, y'all have a good evening. You be blessed. Enjoy your evening. Enjoy the rest of your week. Don't forget that we will come live Thursday at 11:15. I changed the time from 11 to 11:15. That way we can go into the new year in prayer. So y'all be blessed. Rest well tonight. Okay? And we look forward to talking to you soon. May God bless you and may He keep you. Is